Okay, in this week's video, we're going to go back to working on the Dodger. What I'll eventually do after I get the Dodger completely built, I'll put all these videos in one video for people who want to watch it down the road. But anyway, this week we're covering, not exactly sure, priming and cutting the windows and things like that. So hit that like and subscribe button, give me that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a damn thing to do that, so go ahead and give it to me. Hope y'all like I've grown a beard. I wore a beard for, hell, I don't know, more than 20 years until I shaved it off a few years ago. And I decided to grow one back, so it is what it is. So anyway, let's get to the video. Alright, so what I'm doing here, I'm just using the oscillating saw to try and clean up some of the filler, the two-part epoxy filler that I installed. Needless to say, I did such a crappy job putting this stuff in that I'm just trying to get it somewhat cleaned up so I can get a coat of primer on. And the reason I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of primer on, it'll help tell me where other areas I need to fill and not try and fill the whole area altogether. Okay, so now I'm just starting putting the primer on. This is from Sailboat, their primer for the wet edge. So as you can see, it's just a case of getting everything primed up. The reason behind the primer is that it will allow me to see areas that I need to fill again, instead of trying to, as I said earlier, instead of trying to put filler over everything again. By putting the primer on, I'll know what areas need primer, what areas still need sanding, and you'll probably see later in the video that there are areas that need quite a bit of filler as well. There's still some areas I need to shape, but this stuff here takes a day to dry. So it took 2 days, one day to do one side and the second day to do the other side, to get a primer on this. And so when you're building something like this, you don't really think about all the different days and the waiting and stuff that you have to do, not including the times when you just don't feel like messing with it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, remember in the previous video I told you I didn't know if I wanted to keep the corners rounded or squared off. Well, I decided to square them off, so I'm just cutting the corners out. They're getting everything ready to cut the windows or fit my windows. We'll talk about cutting the windows later. So that's all I'm doing here, is getting the 4 corners on each window squared up so that I can just make a nice even cut with the router and the windows themselves. Well, as I was saying, continuing, here's where I'm coming back with the router. And so my first thing, I'm actually, what I'm doing right here is actually checking to see if this is the correct, I'm doing a test router area. So I'm trying to cut a rabbet into the windows. So I'm checking to make sure everything is right on a piece of scrap board before I start on the Dodger itself. And so that's what I'm doing. So I checked and made sure it was the right height. So as you can see here, I'm starting the route, and what I'm doing, I'm just rabbiting out the edges. There's a bearing on the bottom of the router bit that's running up against the wood itself, and just rabbiting out a place for the windows to set down into. This actually was pretty good. I mean, this came out really well. You'll see later in the video I actually changed this particular cut on this area a little different. That's after I do the windows. I decided to do the side windows. I decided to do something a little bit different. What happened just then, the router bit, the bearing on the bottom of the router bit came loose. The screw, I didn't have it on tight enough, and it came flying out, and I had to go find another one. But you can see me, it creates a good bit of dust here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm just some of the edges wasn't flat, so it caused the router bit to bump in and out. So I was just doing that, and which causes me to have to go back over some of the areas. And these are the things you have to think about before you get started. And since I'm kind of winging things as I go along, uh, this is just one of those things. You got to come back, change batteries, get things all going again. Or well, I don't know what the hell happened here, but it's just some problems to come with. The one good thing about this little DeWalt battery operated router, it's fairly easy to work with. It's lightweight, and the speed is not so much that it wants to jerk out of your hands like sometimes you do, and you have to pay attention to which direction you run the router in. I got confused later on. I don't know what, but it's just, I've been running a router for 40, 50 years, and sometimes I still get confused about which way the router is supposed to go. Okay, so that's all we're doing here, getting the windows routed out, or getting the frames routed out for the windows. Okay, so now we're doing the side windows, and I actually changed router bits. I went to a combination riveting and roundover bit, so it leaves a different kind of ledge, because these are going to be inset into the frame, where the ones that I cut for the top of the Dodger, they're actually going to be sitting on top of the frame. These are actually going to be inset, so and it kind of rounds off that ledge just on the inside. So you can see that's what I did here. I'll try to show you up close, but I've got all this stuff running so fast because of it just takes so much time to do this. And so what I'm doing, I'm reroutering this with the different profile. So I'm using the same profile that I used on the windows, the side windows. That just gives it a rounded edge, and makes it a little easier to, on the inside, it just makes it a little easier. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I mixed up some more of the penetrating epoxy to go back over the areas where I routed, just to seal this wood. It just makes the wood, when you use this 2-in-1 penetrating epoxy, which means 2-part epoxy, 1-part hardener, it's thin enough that it soaks into the wood and it seals the wood up and makes it waterproof. So that's all I'm doing at this point, is just putting a couple of coats. Actually, I ended up putting 3 coats on here. So that's all I'm doing. And that's just to protect the wood, keep from rotting down the road. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I am cutting the polycarbonate. And there's a difference between polycarbonate and acrylic. I actually did a good bit of research, and polycarbonate is more shatter resistant than acrylic, and it's more expensive as well. So I'm actually cutting those are the 2 pieces for the Dodger, the top of the Dodger. And what I probably didn't show you is I actually had to measure twice. I actually thought I had bought a bigger piece than I did. So I'm cutting things down, getting it measured correctly. But that's all I'm doing, is getting the polycarbonate ready to install in the windows. Okay, so I'm cutting the length of the pieces I want to go on there. So I'm getting these down to the final size I need for them to be. And so you can see I bring them out here. And so I'm making sure that they fit, and just to see what we got going on. Alrighty, so I've cut the polycarbonate for the forward windows or front windows. The ones that open, they'll be permanent. Well, it won't be permanent because they'll open. But so I'm getting ready to router them out so they fit down into the slot that you saw me cut yesterday. Project's taking a while, but get the windows cut, get them set, then I'm gonna go back to finishing it. Got primer on it, as you guys have seen. Got the wood sealed. So we'll go from there. At the moment now, I'm just waiting for the battery to fully charge, the 5-amp battery to fully charge. I got an electric one, but this little DeWalt 20-volt seems to work really well and easy to control. The electric one sometimes will get away from you. All right, so we'll get to it here in a minute. One of the good things about this little small laminate trimmer from DeWalt, it has an extended base plate, which makes it more stable than the normal DeWalt laminate trimmer. So you can see here, I've got a rabbiting bit out, and I'm rabbiting out the part that fits down inside the window casing, so that there'll be some overlap of the window. And so that's what I'm doing, is just getting this routed out. And this actually routed pretty quick, pretty easily, believe it or not. It surprised me how easily it was going to route. I thought it would be a more difficult process. It looks good. I've got to square these corners off, or either round off on the inside there. I haven't decided yet which I'm going to do. But it looks good, fits good, nice tight fit down in there. If you can see, if I can get down close, and you can see it's a nice tight fit in there. No movement side to side. So good. Coming up good. So like I said, I just got to decide whether I'm around the inside of those corners off, or if I'm going to square it off. All right, let's get to the next one. So I got to square these corners off. I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it. I'm using the oscillating saw with a rasping bit. So all I'm doing is... Okay, so what happened, I know I've got you guys confused when I say I'm having to round the corners off again. So I did square everything up with the jigsaw, as you saw earlier in the video. But what happens when you come around with the router, even though it's square, the router cannot cut into a dead square. So it ends up routing at an angle. So all I'm actually doing is cutting the top part of where the router hit that caused it to round off, because of the way a router bit is shaped. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using that rasping bit to cut that little top 1/4 inch off, to square that top 1/4 inch off where the router actually rounded it off. And there we go. All right. Now, what I'll need to do now is just round off the edges, and these will be done, be ready to be mounted. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna take and bevel this edge down using a little beveling bit. I've got it set so that it'll go about halfway down. So let's see how this works out. Hope I don't screw things up. So I only have a 1/4 inch to kind of work, so I'm only trying to round over like 1/8 of an inch. So I have a very small bearing bit on the bottom of the router. It looks good, really good. All right. Okay, like I said, I'm using a very small bearing on the bottom of the router bit. What the bearing does, it's a guide that rolls up against something to guide the router bit. So since I only have a 1/4 inch to work with, and I'm only cutting 1/8 of an inch off, I had to find a bearing that was small enough that would still catch on the 1/8 of an inch to be able to roll over the rest of the laminate. Battery ran out. Crap. Looks good though. Nice sharp crease. Y'all can see that? Looks really good. All right, so I have to recharge the battery. I've got another one over here that should be fine. I don't know if y'all noticed that I took and banged that battery to get it loose. It's just over time with dust and everything that gets in the batteries. The batteries sometimes can be difficult to get off. But okay, perfect. Let's get the other one done. Someplace I won't get damaged. Okay, so I'm bringing the other one up here, getting it set up. I'm just using little clamps to hold it in place so it doesn't shift on me. I mean, this is cutting pretty easy. It probably wouldn't shift, but it's just a good idea to hold it in place. It's not really holding it that tight. I had a little screw up right here. I'll come back and show you a little bit. Alright, that's done. Looks good. Nice and sharp. Did have one mishap right here. I think I dug in here. I think I tilted the router. I tried to go a little too quick and I tilted the router. But otherwise, I'll cover that up with a hinge so you won't be able to see it. All right. Well, I started cutting the polycarbonate for the side windows. And the very first, I thought I had everything measured correctly. And the very first one, I screwed up. So, I got to order another sheet. So stay tuned. See what my dumb ass does next. That's gonna do it for this week. We'll see how we go. My next steps are to put the side windows in and then go back to filling and painting. And then we'll be ready to take to the boat. Don't know if I'll get all the filling and painting done before I take to the boat, but we'll see. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Particularly give me that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. Just give the damn thumbs up for me. Do me a friggin' favor. And I'll see you next video.